morning and welcome to episode 847 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, December 31st, 2021, also known as New Year's Eve. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. I'd just like to say Happy New Year's Eve, fellas. You excited?
Happy New Year's Eve, guys.
Everybody's looking good. Looking good.
We're all in tracksuits.
Yeah.
Jumpsuits.
YouTube.com/hardfactornews to check that out. Lay your eyes on that beautiful site.
Look at Wes's rack.
Yeah, this is not good.
I know who I'd be kissing tonight, you know?
Yeah. Looks like a stuffed sausage.
Is that a boob sweat or oil stains on that shirt? I can't tell.
Didn't
Didn't buy a tracksuit.
This is
an
early 2020.
Yeah. That's an old ass tracksuit.
Wes is wearing an ash gray for those who are just listening. An ash gray Adidas tracksuit that's what do you say? 1.5 sizes too small?
Yeah, at least probably 2.
I can't believe you got the zipper up.
Can I? You know what? I'm gonna unzip it because it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, give it a little room to breathe.
I'm probably gonna take it off eventually.
Yeah.
Good call. I'm wearing one that's like
I think it's gonna be black for me for a while.
yeah, do it. I'm wearing one that's the right size. I can't even zip it up. So, but we're talking news today. Last show of the year. It's gonna get loose, but we're still talking some news. Pat, what's in the cup of coffee?
Oh, it's just fucking packed, bro. I mean, what I did was I got all the news, so everything you need to know. It's going to be a little bit intense, short, fast, a little bit long too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Wow.
You're going to like it a lot.
All sounds sexual. Yeah.
This one might go long. It's all good.
But it's going to cover sex, the Middle East, stalking, abs, build back better.
Wow.
That's like the whole year in review.
And
Nice. I'll see where my band's at for my predicted.
The whole thing, man. The whole enchilada de mole.
Nice.
What's that predicted URL?
predicted.org/promo/hardfactor40.
Ooh,
you got
40
bucks
for
match.
free, yeah, man.
Match 40.
You can bet on that Build Back Better. I'm betting on it. So
Well, the NFL is ending, so you might as well start getting it on predicted.
politics.
Yeah, what is predicted? Well, it's a prediction market. So pretty much what they'll do is be like, who's going to win this race or who's going to do this thing? I don't know if
Who's
the
going
tweet
to get out
markets
of
are back
power?
yet.
Yeah, who's going to resign?
No tweets,
stuff
but
like
they have
that.
approval ratings each week. They have some.
But the cool part about it is like you can predict it, and it's got home run moonshot potential if you pick the right band. Like, 'cause it's like, let's say,
We should
like
have
me,
an-
because I got
I have an
75
idea.
billion.
I have an idea that you're
the
all
next
going to like.
iteration.
You're all going to like this, Pat. You're going to
Build
like
Back
it, even
Better.
though I interrupted you. It's
no, it's okay.
a Predict It Discord thread with our best bets.
Oh my God, crowdsource bet
Yes.
gambling situation.
That crowdsource Predict It, that's absolutely going to make
That's
it.
literally what a prediction market is. But we're
know.
coming
Do it.
with the action.
I know.
Oh man,
That's genius. I like to pat
right.
myself on the back for that one.
Put that
Yes.
on the list of resolutions for 2022.
yeah. So
Get that
predictit.org, predictit.org/promo/hardfactor40. You go to that unique URL. It's a unique URL, and you put in $40. They'll match
Legal
you
in
$40.
all 50 states. Just give them your debit card or credit card or whatever. Boom.
Keep it legal, baby.
Never locked into a bet on Predict either. You can always just get out before it closes,
can
make a
sell
little
your
money. Yeah.
shares
It's like the
back.
stock market. You can just,
Right.
if you're up, just sell.
Nice.
It's the
Well,
stock market with manipulatable results. Like that
Right.
time that I talked to ASAP Rocky's manager and was like, "Hey, is he getting a pardon?" And they were like,
And
"No."
they're like, yes. Yeah.
They said no.
Oh, they said
And
no.
I was like, "Put the money where."
That's why they got rid of the tweet markets, is because like you could like talk. We interviewed Andrew Yang, and then like he was like literally doing the tweet markets. We're like, Andrew, can you just tweet a bunch this week because we bet on you two?
Yeah, we may have ruined the
Yeah.
tweet markets.
Yeah, sorry.
Wes, what's in the TikTok international moment today?
We got a viral trampling. We have a public shaming, and we've got some blood phones, blood iPhones. Yeah.
Sounds like smoking on the
sounds-
asshole. Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Intense, yeah. What about you, Mark? What do you got going?
Well, I have a story that I hand selected to be. It's the last story because some people are doing the TikTok, some people are doing the coffee, some people are doing the voicemail. So I have the last like story, and it's going to be great. I picked it for the last story of the year, but I have I'm not going to even tease it. I have 2 updates to big stories the past couple of weeks. The homeboy from Colorado, the truck driver who got 110 years for accidentally running into the cars that were gridlocked, got his sentence commuted by the governor of Colorado yesterday to 10 years with the eligibility of parole after 5. So that's a lot less.
Good.
That's a lot less years.
Hopefully just 5 years, right?
The truckers' protest worked.
Yeah, everything worked with the 5 million, 6 million people that protested and everything.
That was the wind, Will. That was the wind.
Yeah, there's so many people that complain. They're like, "You guys are fake news. It was the wind." We talked about the wind. We also there's also a protest people are mad about. Anyways, next update. It looks like Dino Tomasetti, the 29-year-old that shot his dad and mom on Christmas morning in their mansion in Brooklyn, might have done so in front of his baby mama, and it was allegedly over his parents not allowing him to leave their home with his 1-year-old son, probably because they saw he was like on the verge or was on a roid rage cycle. So they're like, no, you can't leave right now with the son. So he pulled out his gun from his waist and shot his mom in the back of the head and then his dad in the back. They both survived, but he ran
Totally normal response to that.
Right. He ran out of bullets. So apparently he then pistol whipped his dad in the face several times before leaving. So, by the way, his dad Rocco's the current Don of the family, of the mafia family. So he's going to get whacked.
He ran out of bullets, thereby proving that he was in a rage spiral.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. So he was like firing at them. Like
I'm not in a rage
after
spiral.
After he ran out of bullets, he pistol whipped his dad, who was already injured on the ground from a bullet. So he's in trouble. I don't think his brother can save him. But those are the 2 updates for this big story.
Hell of a drug.
Big updates. What's up, Pat?
I was going to say, what do you got? Well, someone's got to ask the girl that's asking everyone to dance if she wants to dance.
That's right. I got, Pat, what I got. I got 5-star reviews and voicemails to end the show. But real quick, before we get going on the news, listen, if you're listening on Spotify, especially, or if you can open the Spotify app, drop a 5-star rating on the Hard Factor podcast in the Spotify app because they just started allowing ratings. So wanted to let everybody know. Once again, please get in the Spotify app, drop us a 5-star review in there. You can't write anything yet. You can just do the clicks, but please.
But we need to move our whole 5-star business over to Spotify because, be straight up honest with you,
that's where it's going.
Apple is like Disney, right? Like super safe. Spotify, it's like I don't know, New Line Cinema. It's more our speed, right? And Apple's never showed us any fucking love ever.
Well, most importantly, our hosting site Anchor is owned by Spotify, so if we get big numbers in Spotify reviews, that's better for us. So if you want to do us a favor, the 5 stars on Spotify is huge, right? Like that's what we need. It's not only going to take over podcasting in 2022, Spotify over Apple, but it's also kind of our jam. So
get in there, please drop us a 5-star on Spotify. It'll help the show. It'll help support the show. And just one update for me, Oculus boxing is great, guys. Just wanted to let you know. So got to try it while I was babysitting the last 2 days. Beat up on some virtual guys.
Quick summary: can you do do you rank up and get into title fights and stuff? How's it work? Is there campaigns?
Yeah, I mean, you rank up. I'm beating some schmoes right now. So I just got beat by my first schmo though. I gotta work on my game.
Do you have a training session where you get your skills up, or is it all just?
No, you just work your way to the top, arcade style.
What's the level of racism compared to like Mike Tyson's Punch Out? Like,
it's high. The first guy you fight is like a Russian who has all of the Russian stereotypes immediately, right away, right off the bat. So
he's like,
I'll throw you out window.
Yeah,
every boxing game is like that. Yeah,
you journalist, bitch.
All right, let's do the news, right? Should we do the You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna find this thing here. It's okay. Then we're just gonna do that news.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, a cup of coffee in the big time. You know how it starts. Starts with a fun fact. The tiny Pacific island nation of Kiribati is the first place on the globe to celebrate the New Year. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. And just like its place on the list of concerns for its mother country, American Samoa is the last to ring in the New Year.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Wow, they're that far into the Western Hemisphere. Mm-hmm. So I guess
they're deep,
right next to the international date line. Crazy.
I still can't get over the fact that American Samoa voted for what's his name, the billionaire
Bloomberg.
Yeah. Well, he spent a lot of money there, right?
Clearly, they're manipulative.
Well, that's so crazy too about like Samoa. So like they're a full day behind somebody who's like probably just west of them, like in the ocean.
Right.
Like
I think he tricked
on
them.
a calendar. It's weird.
He sent him a headline like Bloomberg wins every state. American Samoa certainly doesn't want to be the only state to nod for Bloomberg.
That's
so
true.
does American Samoa? Are they like reversed? They have like nighttime is day and day is night? I don't get it.
We need to get a scientist on the show to explain that to us.
No, I
Where
don't
are
think
they?
so, Wes.
Where
It's
is it
just-
located on a map?
It's just there's an international date line. It's in the middle.
Somebody
of
over
the
there's got to be
Pacific
real fucked up on that line, though.
Ocean. No, it's just that one of them's a day earlier and the other one's a day late. So it's like they're technically 24 hours behind, but they're almost exactly the same on
Got
the
it.
Earth.
Yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. Yeah.
No, we're all idiots. Okay, another fun fact, guys. An estimated 360 million glasses of sparkling wine will be consumed this evening, and that accounts for roughly 25% of the annual sales of sparkling wine. Nice. Also, piece of advice for you. If you're looking to hook up with a stranger tonight, let me tell you how. Being a smart dick works 100% of the time, so especially on New Year's. So when that girl or guy that you're eyeing refers to their $7 Prosecco as champagne, you want to look embarrassed for them and then loudly remind them that champagne refers to sparkling wine produced in the Champagne wine region of France.
That's correct. That's
Right.
correct.
That's
That's just like
how
just
often-
like tequila. Tequila's only from a specific area in Mexico. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
That conversation, how many 360 million glasses, Pat? That conversation happens like 100 million times.
A lot. But if you close it with this, Will, if you close it with this, you'll be closing the big deal. Right after you correct them, you say rhetorically, have you ever even been to Europe? And then you just enjoy the ride.
You know what I did one New Year's that worked like a charm is after the ball drops, you run around and you ask every girl, hey, where were you when the ball dropped? And they'll make out with you.
Oh,
It works.
Big. Also, just real quick for the folks out there.
ball drop also ultimate mistletoe. Basically, you've been using mistletoe, which is like some weak shit, and then the ball drop is the ultimate mistletoe.
That's true. It's mistletoe 2.0. But for anyone out there who's got whatever herpes I have, the mouth ones, just want to say I'm here for you, and let's be thankful that it's still a mask year. Am I right? Because it's a tough day if you're having an outbreak on New Year's Eve. It's one of the toughest.
If you're
The
having an
toughest.
outbreak on New Year's Eve, don't. I mean, depending on how drunk you are, but don't don't just go for it.
Here's some
Make sure
advice.
that you're really in there before you try to just go
Here's
for
some
it.
advice. Don't stress over it because that won't help.
that just it's like oxygen to the fire, man. Tell you what, you get a new blister. Ain't no shame in
Don't worry
wearing
about it,
makeup.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, holidays, guys. It's National Champagne Day, obviously. It's also Make Up Your Mind Day, so this is fun. New Year's Day is the second most popular day for people to propose marriage, and thereby it is in the 98th percentile of days for your girlfriend to expect a higher than normal probability that the watch you got her for Christmas will be the last watch that you get her. So just keep that in mind. It's National Make Up Your Mind Day.
She loved that watch.
I'm sure she did.
Nice.
Will,
it's
you,
also-
you weren't on the show last night when we were rolling the dice. Wes brought up the dice thing, and on the bottom he had an ad for watches. Customized ad for watches.
Yep.
He's been browsing.
How many wrists she got? Guys, it's also No Interruptions Day, which is supposed to be observed by putting your phone on Do Not Disturb mode, which, guys, unless you've made up your mind and are finally going to propose, I'd avoid observing, because when she texts you and sees that you have notifications turned off, she'll more than likely spin it in as a confirmation bias that you don't want to be bothered because you're getting everything together to make sure your proposal tonight is perfect. So,
Right.
Valentine's
lot
Day
of
is
those
number one day, right?
numero uno. See.
Yeah.
Christmas gotta be 3. Do you think that a lot of people propose drunk and like maybe don't even know they're doing it? And that
Yeah, there's a lot of guys
there
that
is.
walk around with the ring in their pocket for a while, like putting on a
you
condom.
said 25% of the proposals happen. I bet tonight. I bet 10% of those
Some
are
of them,
mistakes. Yeah.
or just the guy's
Local
hammered.
courage.
He's happy. He's feeling
Right.
it.
Right.
He's
At the
out.
moment,
He's
but then
like
he wakes
Pat
up the
says, he's
next
got
day.
the ring on him already.
It wasn't a planned thing until he was in the moment. I'm saying,
Yeah.
It's a magical night.
It
You're
is.
around friends, family, and you're already going to call a bunch of people after midnight, so
You're
you might as
taking way
well
too many shots.
give them some good news. Let's get into history today. In history, guys, 1995, cartoonist Bill Watterson
Wes is
ended.
taking off the dress.
It's a good idea.
Stink like shit.
Cartoonist Bill
Can't believe he
Watterson
got out of it.
ended Calvin and Hobbes after 10 years, believing that he had achieved all that he could in the medium, and he had. If you're not a Calvin and Hobbes guy or gal, Go be one.
Cartoon.
In 1999, Panama got their canal back, which I think probably shouldn't have done.
Why did they lose it though?
Well, no, it
Wasn't
was like
it
a lease.
the U.S.'s for a while?
Yeah, we leased it from them for.
Hong Kong situation, I think.
Yeah, and we actually gave it back, guys.
Yeah, except the canal instead of their entire land and people and rights and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's the most important shipping channel in this hemisphere.
Suez would like to have a word. I know they had a rough year, but
I think that's a different hemi.
well, so in the world, I thought
What cuts the most time out? Panama? I think Panama does.
Panama, bro.
You think Panama cuts the most time out?
Because otherwise you have to go under the tip of Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Gotta Google that.
Panama was the most deadly. That's for sure. It was harder, so it's probably better. And finally, guys, today in history, just about 22 minutes ago, the men and women of the world's greatest / sexiest and most popular community of podcast listeners, the Hardo Hive, woke up ready to be moderately well informed by today's current events in preparation for what will be a fucking electric and memorable evening enjoyed wherever it is that they physically are, while at the same time being enjoyed and celebrated in the hearts of the 4 fat guys who they support with their time, energy, and dollars, allowing them to be independent business owners who get to live the dream of making a living as entertainers by navigating the daily going-ons of news, politics, and sometimes out-of-date sports scores while trying to get a laugh. So,
Well, we need to bring back the sports scores, but yeah.
people
I
love
would
them.
say, okay. I would
Very
say
relevant,
we needed a sports segment. I'm into sports gambling. I don't know about the just generic scores though. But
What's
we can talk
the
about
score of the hockey game right now?
it. You already know.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the Capitals won.
Panama
The
Canal
Capitals
won.
beat
Right,
the
that's the most
Predators
time.
for the first time since 2016 in their first game back from the COVID break, and I'd just like to say that felt great. Talk about getting off the schneid. That was just a fun one to watch. 5-3. Way to go, Caps. Just
Ovechkin doesn't age, does he? Huh? That son of a bitch. I
leading
did
the
notice.
team in
I
points and assists.
I did
assists
notice
and goals,
one thing about him, which I think is, to me, it's not a great stat. He set the all-time NHL record. He's the career leader for power play goals. So he picks
He's
on
tied
you when,
right now.
He picks
Tied.
on you when you're down because he's good.
tied.
But he needs to play against like dumb kids to score. He's like Billy Madison in dodgeball. When he plays full strength, not that great. But when he's playing against idiots,
You're mad at a shooter for taking open looks.
I'm just saying a lot of his goals come when he's playing against kids with a limp.
It's a very capitalistic approach to hockey, which you wouldn't expect from a guy from Russia.
He's practically a cheater.
He's basically a cheater. He's like, put me in, coach. He's like, take me out. They're full strength. Put me back in when they're at power
capitalists
play.
now, man. They're not. I think that's how it works. I think they transitioned.
Who's that? No, yeah, that's what every communist country says they've transitioned.
They say they transitioned to capitalism.
All right.
They claim.
They're also called the Capitals.
All right, let's get into the trending topics, guys. I didn't really number them, but they are going to go in order of importance. Mayo bath was trending after the South Carolina Gamecocks beat the North Carolina Tar Heels in the Dukes Mayo Bowl, and SC's head coach took a load that would have made Jenna Jameson blush. The Dukes, I guess, agreed to donate $10,000 to charity if the winning coach of the game took an industrial-sized jar of mayonnaise to the face. And Shane Beamer, the coach of South Carolina, he happily obliged.
Frank Beamer's son.
Oh man. Yeah, it's something about a tub of mayo just makes you queasy when you see it dumped out like
And
that.
they did
gonna be
the
hard to
thing
clean.
where they did the thing where they botch it. Like this happens all the time when two
Or down
guys
back, yeah.
they hit him in the head with the damn bucket. Like they weren't strong enough. That happens all the time with these
Yeah, that
guys. They botch it and they hit the coach in the head with the
His
giant
first reaction
bucket.
is a lump to the head.
Right.
And then he
Lump to the head, and then they
he
pour it
gets
down his
mayonnaise
back.
Yeah.
and his butt
Yeah.
crack. Yeah.
It's a shame.
You know what it was? It was like a bad sliming back in the day when on Nickelodeon. It was like when the slime missed somebody.
You can't do that on television or
Shane
double dare.
Beamer was a coordinator for the Hokies who didn't hire him, and Virginia Tech lost 54-10 to Maryland.
Oh, is he Frank's son?
Yeah, I think so.
They probably should have hired that guy who's getting the mayonnaise bath.
Yeah, he's winning his bowl game instead of losing it 54-10.
Yeah.
You know,
Guys, I want to point something out. And you may have seen me make this tweet yesterday, but it didn't
Give
get
me
the
that
attention.
man.
Didn't get the attention I thought it deserved. I know a little bit about marketing, so if you're into marketing, pay attention. I want to point out that not one, adult film star took advantage of Mayo bath trending on Twitter and seized the opportunity to self-promote by trend jacking the feed with some not safe for work
Who's the guy that
content.
has the huge loads back in, like, he's older?
Peter North.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, Peter
you can
North
go
should have mayonnaise bowled it.
You can go full load on Twitter. There's no
Mayo
policy.
bath.
Yeah.
You just post old highlights with
Just
hashtag
a
Mayo
highlight
bath.
reel. Yeah. I had the Mayo bath in 99 and
I've
2000.
been doing this for years.
Yeah.
No one did it. Missed opportunity, really disappointing. In other news, that guy, the guy who was the head of digital advertising for the Connecticut GOP and is now trying to do porn down in Florida.
Oh, Young Bull. The
Young Bull. He got back to me on Twitter.
Yeah?
Yep, and he texted me the New York Post article. I didn't communicate with him first because his DMs were closed. He texted me the New York Post article after I followed him. He goes, "Is this why you followed me?" And he included the link to his article.
What
Okay,
does that mean?
I don't know, man. He's Young Bull.
Does he want to do the show or not?
does he-
That's
Yeah,
what-
Yeah, he
everyone
wants to do the
follows.
show.
Yeah. He wants to do the
does?
show. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he wants to do the
nice.
show.
The Young Bull.
Ronaldo was trending, guys, because his abs
talk about a
probably.
young
Oh,
bull. Whoa.
jeez.
Yeah,
Talk about a mayonnaise bowl.
yeah. I don't know why he was trending. I didn't look. There could be a million reasons he was trending, but I didn't want to kill the whole day, so I avoided it. But just thought you guys should know.
You just checking out CR7
I
ad
thought
pics.
we looked good in the tracksuits, but come on.
Young Bull. Okay. The pandemic era monthly child tax credit that saw parents getting between $250 and $300 a month this year, pandemic, right? That'll expire today, unless they pass the thing.
Kids
'cause-
all die?
well, the expansion of the
None of us
plan
got the checks.
is tied up somewhere in that dead ass Build Back Better plan,
Right.
and I highly doubt that it will be included in the rumor replacement bill.
No.
I think what we've built so far is fine, which
Yeah.
is the working title.
Yeah. The will bet it would be 75 billion, exactly half of what the compromised amount was if it gets through.
Yep.
So
Young
I'm
Bull,
hoping that goes up. Predictor.org/promo/hardfactor40.
not happening. Okay, guys, Prince Andrew was trending big time with pretty much every news outlet saying that now Ghislaine Maxwell is done being tried, that the world's most well-spoken sex pervert is now in the hot seat for his involvement in the Epstein saga. Good thing he physically lost his ability to sweat back in 1982, because with the pending civil case being brought by Virginia Roberts Gouffre and the media pressure, that guy would be blowing through some shirts. Am I right?
No, Pat, he came out and said he came out and said that he got it back. It was a temporary loss, yeah. It was
That could
Wasn't
because
it like trauma from
it was
the
trauma
war or
from the
something?
war. His
Yeah.
plane went down, and everyone knows that when you're traumatized, you don't sweat. And so he had a couple-year period where he didn't sweat. And it was the years that he was allegedly banging a 16-year-old.
Look, never been to war, but what I do know is that America, when we start them, we at least stay around until it's no longer viable. This was a 10-day war he's talking about, some British war, 10-day war. I don't know. Come on.
You think Prince Andrew was ever in danger in the war?
No.
He's a sweater too. My goodness, those girls. That's not.
Well, that's
pleasant.
that's how they tip. They're like, it was the sweaty Prince Andrew. Like every story starts with his sweat.
Oh,
Wouldn't shut up about the Queen.
Yeah. Every picture of him that you see, like that's nightlife photo of him, is like he looks like he's coming off the dance floor at a bar mitzvah. Like he's
Look
so
at his
sweaty.
eyes. That's cocaine. Put that back up. That's cocaine.
That is.
And that's why he's sweating too. That's cocaine.
Great. Well, guys, here's what you can expect over the next few weeks involving the Epstein saga. So, unless Prince Andrew's attempts to stop the civil proceedings that are being brought against him start being effective, oral arguments are set to begin January 4th, which means people going to testify, and we going to get them transcripts. That's what that means. So that's
could they get
good.
Ghislaine to testify?
Ooh, that's a great question, Will. Absolutely. When it comes to Ghislaine, although she did not testify in her own trial, it is possible that she may testify in the Guffer case if she's subpoenaed. Also, legal experts are saying that right now for Ghislaine, it's all about getting them years down. So Ghislaine may be testifying at her expected appeal of her sentencing, or she may be doing what dogs do and saves and face publicly, rolling the shit that's on her coat all over the proverbial carpet
Right.
of famous,
That's what I was
powerful
saying.
dudes.
That's what I was saying. She, like, now that she's got the sentence, that's the ceiling.
There's
The-
two
the
people.
floor is if she spills the beans.
There's two people for sure that she can get, and that's Prince Andrew and probably Bill Clinton.
So
Right.
interesting you say that, Will, because there's one other spicy nugget coming out of the Epstein saga, right? So the Giuffre trial begins on the 4th, but on the
Shouldn't
3rd,
get all of them.
on the
She knows
3rd,
Those two
guys,
have like they've done so much. It's so documented. Like
yes,
I feel
and
like she's got video evidence of all these dudes too.
well, the trial is forcing, or U.S. judges have ruled it at least, that a confidential 2009 settlement agreement between Epstein and Giuffre, which may or may not have referenced Prince Andrew, is to be released on the 3rd. And the thinking is, if it references Prince Andrew, who else does it maybe reference?
I know. You know what I feel like has happened for sure is like she has a system of files with video evidence of like the powerful men that have done this, and 100%. Some agency like the CIA or FBI looked at it like and they were like, holy shit, fuck, okay, well, we can't let this out because it's just like super. It's like, you know, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, the guy who killed Khashoggi from Saudi Arabia. It's just like everyone in the world that's powerful is like on her fucking list.
Or they said, yes, this is great. We can manipulate them however we want now.
Sure.
Right.
True
It really
that,
depends
too.
on how aggressive the prosecutor in the Southern District of New York is. Like, that's the big thing, because he's talking to Ghislaine right now being like, well, or maybe he's a big fat pussy or she's a big fat pussy, and it's like, you know, I got elected to this position. I don't want to fuck around.
Man. Call Ghislaine in. That would be awesome to see people go down. But I mean, like, you're talking about people that are so powerful with so many judges in their pockets that
you can't get them.
Yeah,
Can't get them.
Well, civil is one place where some shit might come out because it's different than the criminal court. So that'll be exciting.
Cool.
January 4th. Okay.
Billionaires losing millions of dollars. Cool.
No, that's not. Who cares about the money? It's what comes out. It's the info. I want that info.
Yeah, I mean the victims apparently were like moved to tears in the Ghislaine courtroom. So I'm glad it's good to see them getting some fucking, you know, recognition for once.
Yeah, Prince Andrew's straight fucked though. All right, Iran, guys. Iran used a satellite to launch a rocket to send what they're calling 3, quote, research payloads into space yesterday. A move that deeply concerned U.S. military officials as it coincided with negotiations that were happening in Vienna to try to work out Iran's weirdo, fucked up nuclear deal with world powers. So that's, I don't know, probably not good. When asked to clarify facts about the launch, Iranian Defense Ministry spokesperson Ahmad Husseini said, we sent up research payloads, as in, you know, the research of everyone is as scared of us as they should be, continuing that the research was successful. So what the fuck, man? Not good. They're essentially just flexing that they can if they could, and they would.
What? Oh, just like that they're still working on it. They're like, we're never going to stop working on our nukes.
I mean, are you going to flex the ability to potentially launch nukes from space while they're talking about your nuclear deal in Vienna? I don't know. It's just a weird move.
I mean, they maybe think it's going to like give them more leverage, but I mean, it's like, what do you expect from them at this point? Like,
Yeah. All they do is
like-
cause trouble.
kind of like rooting for the Washington football team. You just know what's going to happen when, you know, Iran is involved. Like, there's going to be some.
They're like
some
the world's
shenanigans.
brat. Iran.
No, I mean, that's
Like, I'm
North Korea.
surprised. I mean, but like they burn like effigies of the American flag on their parliament floor all the time. Like there's always some like showmanship shenanigans going
They're
on.
troublemakers. The Ayatollah, I don't want to get a fatwa on me, but he's a real piece of work. Right?
Whoa.
No air conditioning over there, too. I don't know if you guys knew that. Let's get to the top story of the day, guys.
The cream of the crop!
Let's talk about Apple AirTag stalking. So back in April, we talked about how Apple was releasing their first new product in a while in the form of Apple AirTags, which are 1.25-inch diameter, super thin metal discs that can be used to track stuff so you don't lose it. Stuff you want to keep track of that doesn't have a built-in GPS, like your
Kids.
keys or your bag or your ex-girlfriend.
Yes, that's the one. That's the
That's
troubling
the
one.
one. That's the important one.
People literally put it in their kids like backpack, like.
Yeah, and so do people that want to fuck your kids.
Yep. So
there you go.
also back in April, we talked about how AirTags were going to be a stalker's wet dream, which granted, stalkers probably have a lot of, but with AirTags, they can have that wet dream within a sight line of you. So
Yeah. Who's the CEO of AirTags? Look into his history
Where are you going?
or her history. Yeah.
You know what would be
Pedophile.
perfect? A GPS locator that I could just attach to somebody.
Maybe let's
That
make it
would be
look
great.
like one sparkly diamond that goes on a children's notebook pad. It's got one sticky side.
yeah, as
Where
it
she
turned
thinks
out, guys,
she's going, huh?
Yeah,
We were
bedazzle.
right.
Let's bedazzle this thing a little bit.
They'll
were
never
right.
know.
Yeah.
a whole lot of people, and by people I mean people with vaginas, are now coming forward and saying that AirTag stalking is who we thought they were.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
So, some real quick background on why AirTags are a breakthrough in the unstable ex-boyfriend industry compared to products like Tile that have been around for a long time. See, AirTags are not satellite GPS tracking devices. Instead, they integrate with and leverage Apple's massive network of devices. So, any iOS device, iPhones, iPads, etc. They integrate with every device around them to transmit location data. Also, they have a year-long battery life. So
So it's like triangulation with the cell phone,
with
basically.
everyone that has an
Yeah.
Apple phone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So you can get extremely accurate, detailed
Yeah.
location.
And
That's
a
exactly it, Will.
year-long battery.
Wow.
Which, let's be honest, is a lifetime in stalker.
So if you get it inside
That's
her person,
exactly
she
how much
doesn't
time
know.
they need. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's over. You got her location for a year.
She's dead within a year, no problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Could have made it half a year.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do they put it in the car or do they put it in the purse? What do you think they go for?
So I want to get into stalking real quick, but Will, you brought up an interesting point. So the majority of what we're going to go over here is stalking, but a number of police departments, specifically one in Seneca, New York, and also a Canadian police department, have released warnings because car thieves are putting these things in gas caps or behind license plates and then using those to stalk high-end luxury vehicles so they can steal them later.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
time
anything
tool
they
for
want,
car
really. I
theft.
mean, it's just, yeah. The possibilities are endless with these guys.
Big time tool for home theft too. Also, put it in somebody's car. Like I mean, like there are all kinds of you can
Look,
use this for-
luggage, you pop it in some rich person's luggage, and then you like find out what hotel they're at, and you go fucking, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think they've got all the ideas.
They've got all the
They know where to put it. Yeah.
Anything-
Okay. Back to
People
the
thought
stalking.
this out. Yeah.
Back to stalking. So a number of women recently have taken to social media to describe a scenario where they look down at their phones and see a notification that reads AirTag detected near you or unknown accessory trying to pair. And these are all women who don't own AirTags. So yeah, on Thursday,
That's a scary alert.
it's pretty scary, man.
I'm in the house, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in your ass. Someone's in the house.
I'm inside the house. So on Thursday, the New York Times released an
You've
article.
got like 30 seconds.
I'm in the house.
Damn. so girls have been posted that this is happening all the time.
Oh, big time. Yeah, and the Times released an article on Thursday saying that they spoke to 7 different women who believe that they were stalked by AirTags, and they didn't have pictures of the women, so I couldn't determine if they were hot and therefore almost certainly correct in their suspicions. But I'm assuming they're hot, so this is
They're
alarming.
all so hot. They're all
Right.
so hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, it's bad. They just see a notification like we're coming for you, and then all these ladies are finding little AirTags that.
I'll tell you what. If you're
Got
really
hidden in the bag.
attractive and you get that notification, that's a heart wrenching notification. If you know you're attractive, that's not what you want to see.
Well, now girls are gonna have to deal with AirTags all the time now. Guys are gonna be
don't we
air tagging
Why
people.
don't we get rid of the AirTags though?
No, you see this. You see this map here, right? It essentially will give you a little ping. Some of these women have been able to pick up how often their stalker has checked in on them.
Oh my god!
Because it'll show you, like in a little GPS map with little red dots. Well, look, don't worry though, guys, because Apple's working on it. In June, right after concerns about stalking were raised, Apple pushed an update to AirTags, and this update causes the AirTag to start beeping within a day of being away from their linked devices. But the beeps are quiet, and let's be honest, this is not going to deter stalkers. They're just going to adapt and target deaf chicks or factory workers.
Yeah, or get them within a day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Take them apart and take out the little beeper.
Yeah,
I'm really on the clock here.
Now they know that they just put on silent mode. Yeah, this is bad.
I mean, the internet in general is just a stalker's paradise. When you
it's
think
been
about
getting
it.
easier
Everything
and
gets-
easier for
yeah.
stalkers. Easier
The internet
and
has
easier.
made it
Yeah.
so much easier.
The metaverse and AirTags. I mean, it is like the season of stalking.
Oh, go on TikTok and hashtag AirTag and look, and it's just women being like, I was at the airport and then I got this notification on my phone and then I found this in my bag or this in my car.
Stalkers born like a couple 100 years ago, they'd like someone would shoot them in like the Wild Wild West. Nowadays, it's high time to be a stalker. It's your heyday.
Yeah,
you
you
think-
try to stalk me in the metaverse, though, you're gonna have to come into my ring.
You think stalkers from the past don't respect stalkers today? You think like they don't even consider them
Yeah,
stalkers?
like they don't know how easy they have it. It's like the whole porn analogy. We used to have to use our imagination to stalk back in the day. Now you've got
Romantic stalkers.
AirTags and the metaverse, the internet. I mean, it's like
I used to
fishing
climb
with
ladders.
dynamite. Yeah, we used to climb ladders.
You know how hard it was to be a peeping Tom back in my day?
We hid in bushes for weeks. We hid
This
in the
guy doesn't
attic.
even own a telescope.
Not a camera to speak of.
Anyway, yeah, that's the cup of coffee in the big time, guys. Be careful out there. Happy New Year.
Nice.
Is
Okay.
that brought to us by anyone? Or?
Oh, that's brought to you by the Hardo Hive. Always there for you. Always a good time.
There you go.
ExpressVPN too. I don't think we're doing a full one, but get ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN.
Especially if you're a stalker.
Yep. ExpressVPN.com/hard factor.
Fair enough. All right, guys, take a little trip.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Okay, we're going to be going to London. Then we're going to be going, where else are we going? Fuck, I don't know. We're going to go to China. We're going to go to Japan for a little update. And somewhere else, I can't remember.
We're going
But,
4 places, huh?
The Japan's a little update.
We got to put an air tag on these stories.
Yeah. Forget.
Keep track.
All right.
What's that beeping? Oh no.
Oh, India,
Oh
that's
no.
right. Gonna go to India.
One of the usual suspects.
More Apple news, actually. More bad news for Apple. Yeah, she's at that apartment complex again. What the fuck? All right.
That bitch.
Yeah, that bitch is at that apartment complex again.
She's seeing her boyfriend, that bitch.
Back at home, I see.
Man, where's she going?
Doesn't she know what that does to me?
Oh, restaurant, huh? Okay. All right. I got to admit, I watched this video this morning, laughed pretty hard, sent it to the group chat, but it wasn't until this afternoon that I discovered the true glory of this video by listening to the original sound on the video. So let's go to London, where one of the Queen's Guards, which are a regiment of the British Army charged with protecting the monarchy, including Buckingham Palace. You know, they look like this. They've got those ridiculous large bearskin black hats on, very stoic.
Can't break character.
Right.
They're not
They had
allowed
like
to do anything.
no. Elite capabilities in the don't smile game.
People sneeze. And, yeah, exactly.
Right, they're always trying to fuck with them. And now a viral video has been viewed over 5 million times, shows one of them absolutely trampling a kid outside of the Tower of London. I'm going to play the... Yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to play it in a second, but just to set the scene for those of you who have not watched it or are not watching on YouTube, 2 of the Queen's Guards are on the move. They're like doing the thing where they're kicking their legs, dramatically swinging their arms, and you hear one of the soldiers yell, "Make way!" as a kid steps out in front of him. That's what I missed this morning is the make way. So here we go. Yeah.
Oh, truck.
God.
Oh my god, dude.
Well, that boy got a little
Yeah.
more up close.
Let's watch it again.
Oh my God. Trucked him. He just trampled him.
Yeah, he just tramples
That
some.
could have been brain damage.
Yeah,
Well, no, don't get. He should have made way.
should have made way. Yeah, make
He,
way.
he walks through it like a pile of snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he trucked him. It was funny. It was like an NFL running back trucking an NFL player. Except imagine that other NFL player trying to tackle him was just a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah. It's like if someone dunks over you in like an NBA game, and then they like just walk over top of you after they dunk over you. That's kind of what it was like. The caption on
teabag him.
Pretty ridiculous.
pretty crazy, right? So the original caption of the TikTok video uploaded was my sister went to England first day in, and then crying laughing emoji because the person, I don't know if it was a girl or a boy, they just got trampled. And of course everyone is angry at the guards. I found one reaction video. I guess they're called, royalists is what they're called. But this reaction video kind of sums up how a lot of people feel as well.
How cucked do you have to be as a royalist to see that video and defend the adults that just assaulted a child? Like, how cucked do you have to be? People are getting so mad. They're like, oh, they're not a tourist attraction. They literally are a tourist attraction, okay? They literally are. And what's more, they're guarding a tourist attraction. Anyway, royalists, I've got a delicious meal for you. It's all for you.
Oh, yeah.
You can have it all to yourself. There you go. Have a little lick. It's very, very tasty.
To lick the boot.
That hair looks terrible, dude.
Yeah.
But
He's got a point, though.
those guys are under a lot of
they are
stress. And there was just an attack at the palace by Darth Sith Lord with the crossbow.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Star Wars guy.
Yeah, no, and when you go to those things, like, okay, when the tour guides or whatever at all those buildings, they tell you, like, do not fuck with these puffy hat guys. They're actually military, even though they look ridiculous.
You know what
everybody tells you that when you go to these places. Everybody who's one of the workers there.
They're like a character at Disney World. Will they're like Gaston when he's got to make fun of the women, the Beauty and the Beast in Disney World. They're like a princess. They're exactly what that guy described as. I was in England a couple of years ago. They're absolutely just there for tourism.
But they warn you to not fuck with them because they will.
They'll get fired. They take their performances very seriously, like too seriously, and that's why people go and see them because they're serious performers.
Right, so kind of a joke.
If they didn't truck this,
he would have got fired.
It would have ruined the whole thing.
It wouldn't ruin the whole thing.
Ruin the whole thing.
No.
It would ruin all of it. You don't truck that kid. That's the slippery slope.
I agree.
That's the first. That's the first fuck up in a long line of other fuck ups.
He's a good actor. Yeah, he did his job.
You cannot let that happen. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Will. Whole fucking heartedly. If he didn't truck that kid, people would be fucking going for their knees day, noon, and night.
How many other kids would you send out there?
You can't give an inch. Right. You give an inch, they take a mile. That's the saying.
Very true.
And the make way was his warning sign. But
big warning. Didn't follow it.
I mean, imagine what happened if you got on video, right? Your buddy farting on one of them and them reacting. You know what would happen?
Nothing.
The open season to fart on those.
They don't react. Yeah. That guy's make way was basically like, oh no.
That was
he knew what he had to do.
Right.
His make way was he's announcing that he
People are saying he gave him a little extra knee too. If you watch the video closely,
it did look like he kneed him in the face.
He needed to keep going in a straight line.
It was like Von Miller when he stomped on that guy.
Are you thinking of Myles Garrett?
Pretty sure it's Von Miller back in the day.
Von Miller stomped on someone.
Dominican Sue.
It was Sue.
He was a big stomper.
Oh yeah. Anyway. A spokesman for the army said the soldier tried to step over the child and continued on his duty. Following the incident, the soldier checked in on the child and was reassured that all was well. I got to be honest with you. If Cam, my son, did this, I would have it on my phone and play it once a month.
All the time.
It is.
Never let
it
him
is
live
a
it down.
Story for life. The kid is lucky. Maybe he gets a little payday.
His skull?
Right. Only if he didn't get hurt, of course.
If your son cracked his skull, would you be showing it once a year? Or?
Of course not.
No, but this kid didn't get hurt.
But he didn't get hurt. That's why
he's in the situation.
He also didn't make way.
Right.
He did not. Exactly. He's in the situation where you can taunt him with this video forever. In fact, his friends should as well taunt him with the video.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's probably going to happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's an incredible video to have for the rest of your life. Remember the time you got
I would buy the NFT
stomped by a fucking Queen's Guard?
Yeah. If I was kid, for the next 10 years, everyone should just be yelling "make way" at this kid as they come up. In football games, like in the halls, make way.
Yeah, dude.
Truck him in the high school.
That's kind of what it was. It was kind of like like the autistic kid in your class getting frustrated and trying to make it before the bell in high school. He's just running into people. He's not stopping for shit.
You're referring to
arms behind his back.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The guy was always making way.
He said, "Make way." Yeah.
Running low with his arms behind his
He
back
didn't
like
say
a
make
missile.
way. He just ran you over.
I got no problem with the kid. He's great. He was just, he just didn't yield.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to India. And I know we just talked about Apple. They're in some more trouble. You guys have iPhones. I know that. You love them. Will, do you love your iPhone now?
I love how we don't have to have a green text chat. Yes.
Right.
I like
Okay.
that.
I love my iPhone. But I'll
It's
tell
low
you
class
what.
to have a green message.
It is low class.
It is, but I'll tell you, there's not much of a difference between the actual phones. But yeah,
No,
the text message thing, yeah.
There's some good Droid phones, but the green message is
The text message thing is the
embarrassing.
only
It's
reason you
embarrassing.
can't. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's embarrassing.
You don't want to stalk someone with an Android, and luckily you can't because AirTags, Apple only product.
There you go. Well, anyway, I love my phone, but I got to tell you, these damn iPhones, some of them are basically blood diamonds, as a new report is surfacing after an investigation done by Reuters into an iPhone factory in India that had 17,000 workers. It was an assembly line for iPhones, women mostly, I guess. And it found that those women assembling iPhones had to survive off of worm-infested food while living in rat-filled dorms without running water, all for less than $5 a day.
Where
Okay?
was it located? Was it in Xinjiang or was it
India.
in a different? Oh, in India. Okay.
India.
$5 a day, not an hour. $5 a day.
This isn't
$5 a
surprising though. They did a study like this before several years ago in China at a iPhone assembly plant, and they had nets there for people who were jumping off to commit suicide because it was so frequent. So it's not surprising that the iPhones are being made in an absolute rat's nest shithole because they always have been
What
from the
bullshit?
start.
You jump out of the building, you're like, I'm free, and then you land on a net, and they're like,
They're like,
no.
oh, back to work.
Now I'm
It
making
just- it
less.
rolls you
money."
back to your
They're like-
station.
They're like
Yeah.
$3 a day now.
You know exactly what it feels like to be the kid in the Make Way video.
Yeah, you know shit.
So this all came to light after over 250 workers had to be hospitalized for food poisoning because they were eating this just maggot-filled food, which sparked an unheard of workers' protest, brought this little problem to national news. Like I said, Reuters is the one who broke it. They spoke to actually 6 brave workers about the conditions inside the factory, one telling them they slept on floors with up to 30 women in a room, rats everywhere, another telling investigators, quote, people living in the hostels always had some illness or other, skin allergies, chest pain, food poisoning. So basically, here's a picture of the factory. Here's one, armed guards out front, basically probably to keep people from leaving. But this factory is run by a company called Foxconn, which is a Taiwanese multinational electronics contract manufacturer.
That was the same one from the net company.
From Taiwan. So Apple, like subcontracts to Foxconn. They make the phones, then force these people to work in shitty conditions, and they're like a buffer between Apple and like the hardcore human rights activists.
But it's basically Apple.
It's basically Apple. Apple knows what's going on 100%, but they can always just point to Foxconn and be like, hey, what are you guys doing over there?
They've been doing
Jeez."
it for them for years. Yeah.
Right,
For
yeah.
years and years and years. They did
You promised us you wouldn't do this, Foxconn.
Right, exactly.
Right. They're just a fall guy.
They're a fall guy, exactly. So Apple has put the factory on probation to make sure that they, at least on the surface for a week or so, clean up their act. By the way, if you want to see where your phone was made, if you guys have your phones, you can pull them out.
Oh,
you
really?
go to the section under about and under the serial number. Before that slash, you'll see 2 letters. So I will let you guys know where your iPhones was made. If you see an LL in front of that slash, it was made in the USA.
LL, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
FK. Where am I from, Wes?
FK is in front of the slash?
Oh, in front of the slash.
Yeah. So there's like a slash, and then there should like two letters.
The model
in front of,
number?
Yeah, model number.
I'm proud to be an American.
You got the
Where at
LL?
least
I do have an LL. Ooh, I'm in front of the slash. Yeah.
There you go.
Ladies
Okay,
love
LL/A.
America.
There you go. Just if you want to check if it was made in India, if you have a blood phone, it's ER. Sorry, not ER. It is IN. That makes sense. IN. So if you have IN, you are
Damn.
contributing.
So if you have an LL, then you're made in the USA. You're
Yep.
in the you're made in the shade. All right.
Yep, absolutely.
Not a blood diamond phone. Nice.
Not a blood diamond phone. Okay, good. All right, quick update before we move to the last story. Japan, guys, remember we covered how they had that potato shortage? They just couldn't hack it. without McDonald's fries and are now flying in emergency potatoes to fix the
Yes.
McDonald's fry
Good.
situation before all hell breaks loose. Flexport CEO Ryan Peterson tweeted, Flexport just contracted to fly 3 747 loads of potatoes to Japan to help with the fry shortage. So help is on the way. Japan, hold strong. We here at Hard Factor are with you during these trying times. But help is on the way.
What if they were like pre-fried? That's a delicious smelling 747.
That's a great plane to be on.
Filled with French fries.
Wes, this falls in line. It's a great update because I was saying the initial report, I was very impressed with the CEO of Japan McDonald's in how he reduced to small, but he did it knowing that he could potentially save the day with more potatoes. Glad to hear he secured the potatoes.
Yeah. They're on their way.
That's
If
a
this-
leader.
France having this problem, I bet they'd want a Mayo bath, right?
Yeah. They just ban fries, right? You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No more porn in France.
Idiots.
That one. Wow.
Okay, last story. China we go, where the regime is bringing back a fan favorite tradition to combat COVID violations. Public shaming is back in a big way, and it's hilarious. Public shaming had been banned in China since 2010 after human rights activists, got their way. But the practice has again been seen in recent months, since August actually, as local governments struggle to enforce the national zero COVID policy. So this newest footage comes from Jingji city, where 4 suspects are being paraded around in full hazmat suits by men in hazmat suits, guarded by men in riot gear, but the suspects have big posters of their own faces hanging from their necks so everyone can, shame them later in public. Here's the footage.
This looks dystopian as fuck.
Yeah. So
This
they're
is-
all in like
Yeah.
like totally wrapped up head to toe, so they
Yeah.
can't see anything.
Right.
They
Hazmat
look,
wrapped
like,
suits.
in
they look like stormtroopers. but
white
they're like-
linen,
yeah.
and then they're being like paraded around by guards.
Shown to the people.
Looks like
shitload of
stormtroopers if it's a costume and your mom can't sew real good.
Right.
Yeah. And they've got the pictures in the back of them too.
So what's up with those people? They're gonna get killed.
So probably, yeah. These 4 men were publicly
to think
shamed
Yeah.
for allegedly transporting illegal immigrants into China while China's borders remain largely closed. So they snuck some people in, and now local officials are defending the shaming practice by stating, according to local public the prosecution office, a person who was allegedly smuggled into Jingji tested positive to COVID-19 in October, which forced more than 50,000 people in the region into isolation. So, I mean, hey, if you're the cause of me going into lockdown or my kids staying at school, I'll shame you. I'll be out there on the line.
You'll go
shaming
out
you.
there and root on the
Yeah.
zip him up and
Yeah,
put the thing of his
take
face
him
on.
away.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the CCP tells them they got to go out there and be in on the shaming too.
Oh, yeah,
but
the
I mean,
streets
like,
were lined.
That's
Pretty sure those people weren't even those people. They were already killed. It was just CCP people wearing their.
it was other police officers.
Yeah, wearing
Probably.
the guy's thing with the
Yeah.
picture. Yeah.
Very well could have been Mark.
Yeah.
So. Public shaming is back in China.
No, it's me, Brian.
See, look, because my face is zipped up, but
'Cause
this
I got the
picture,
billboard.
because I got the billboard thing. That's
They're all the same size. Huh?
yeah. They're all. One guy was like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Like, the guy is like little in the picture. Yeah.
Anyway, so public shaming's back, and that's TikTok International.
All right, guys. It's the last show of the year. I take that seriously, and I put pressure on myself to bring you a good story, a story worthy of being the last standalone story of the year, because, we have the coffee, the TikTok, and the voicemails, but this is a standalone story. So luckily, the news gods, probably aware of this dilemma, delivered, and they delivered big time. I'm going to bring up an image of a guy that we have covered in the past, and it was a few years ago, so I don't know if you're going to remember him, but I'd like you to tell me if you have any memories of what you think this guy did.
Oh, I remember exactly.
You remember this guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Does
he
he
looks
look
like
familiar?
he looks like he just popped a cyst on his forehead.
Looks like a
Yeah.
pedophile youth pastor.
I could never forget what this
That's a good
man
guess, Wes.
did. Yeah.
So
I don't remember.
I guarantee you never will after tonight. The other guys. That's Rutledge Diaz IV of Metairie, Louisiana. Something tells me the first 3 Rutledge Diaz's aren't too fond of the fact that he's carrying on their name, because back in
Is it
November,
Diaz or Dees?
Dees, D-E-A-S, Diaz, Dees,
Diaz.
Dees, yeah, either way. We're gonna call him Rutledge from now on. Back in November 2019, right?
Could be Mexican.
Yeah, right before all of our lives were about to change, Rutledge's luck ran out as well. You see, Rutledge, he has an interesting kink. We don't kink shame on the show. But what Rutledge did was he preferred sexually, his preference was to get into an adult diaper, soil it, and then have an adult woman change his diaper, which caused him to get very aroused.
Oh, he liked to be a bad baby.
He did, Pat. And now you might wonder how would he get women to do this, right? Like, it's kind of a weird kink. So did he pay them? Well, yes, but not the way you think. They weren't sex workers that he got. It was healthcare workers. So Rutledge created a fake person, his fake brother, Corey, who he said was severely handicapped mentally and physically, and then he posted fake ads online to solicit healthcare workers to come over and care for Corey, who was really Rutledge hanging out in shitty diapers.
Oh my God, dude.
Fake brother. Great move.
Oh, Corey made a mess.
Yeah, I won't be there when you show up, but just be nice to Corey.
Yeah, was he doing the Mrs. Doubtfire where
Yes,
he runs
He's
into the
changing
kitchen?
outfits.
And something you should know about Corey, he'll just sometimes after he makes, he'll get a really rock hard erection.
Yeah, exactly what he said, Pat.
I'm sure Rutledge was rocking.
exactly
He was
what he
sporting
said.
wood while he had the shitty diaper on.
Oh,
There's
while
no
he's-
way
While he's writing the review,
no way
the whole time he's
he was
rocking
soft
erection.
when she walked through the door. Yeah.
Remember,
When
Corey
the
doesn't know
doorbell
any
rings,
better.
it goes straight to midnight. Goes
Oh,
6
she's
to
late
midnight. Real quick.
Or
What the
as
hell
soon as
is
he
she?
makes the call. it's-
Oh God,
Corey's going to ask you to touch it. Don't take offense to that, okay?
Yeah,
and you don't have to. It's your choice if you want
Corey's
to.
going to tell you to
Remember, he
suck
just
it,
doesn't
but you
know
don't have
any
to
better.
listen to him.
Corey's definitely going to ejaculate all over his own stomach when you change his diaper. Just word to the wise.
Remember, he's got the mind of a 5-year-old. He did this at least 10 times, obtaining sexual arousal each time the woman started cleaning him. But he stayed in character, so it took a while for the women to become suspicious. He was just like moaning with a full-on erection, probably like
No!
probably farting like wet, bubbly shit farts to keep up the act. He's smearing it on himself. He's like,
I can't believe you guys could forget Rutledge, man. He was,
Oh, I didn't-
this
I've-
guy's a legend.
I don't forget him now, but I
yeah,
forgot his face.
you'll never forget him.
Is he billing it back to insurance?
Yeah.
He was making the man pay
Oh
for
my
it.
God. The women did catch on eventually, though, probably when he started saying, "Oh yeah, wipe right there," while stroking it. And he was charged with 10 counts of sexual battery and human trafficking, which you'd assume is pretty bad, right? But the judge went light on Rutledge, probably because you almost can't help but not root for him a little bit, right? He's like an anti-hero. So I don't know what, like, I know
The judge is like, "You're a sick bastard, but that is impressive."
it's
got
it's
a lot
so
of
creative.
It got a lot of media attention. So perhaps the judge felt bad for him.
mean,
like
Yeah, what he did is
mentally
wrong.
ill,
What he did was definitely wrong. But the judge just gave him probation. So, well, guess what?
it was his first offense too, right?
That's the first time he got caught. Well,
Yeah.
but guess
Back
what?
When we first talked about him.
Do
yeah.
you think
right
a
in.
guy that goes as far as creating a fake person and sits around in his own poop for long periods of time in hopes that an unbeknownst woman will change him can just stop?
More
Probably
importantly,
not.
commits to
No.
being an intellectually disabled person
Yeah, I know. His acting skills are on
to,
point. No,
to get his rocks
he can't-
off.
he
Very
can't
active
stop.
mind.
He can't stop. And he got caught again doing the exact same thing last week where he was posing as a younger disabled man. Let's just call that man Corey, that needed a babysitter for alternative therapy, which included, of course, changing adult diapers and treating the man like a child. Corey loves it when you let him suck on your nipples like he's breastfeeding while you wet wipe his asshole. Ignore his massive erections. He's got the body of an 18-year-old 7-year-old, but the mind of a 5-year-old. He knows not what he does. So yeah, he got caught again. Apparently, Rutledge was not super impressed with the quote babysitter that he got caught. She's the one that like ratted him out, and he asked that babysitter if she had any other babysitter female friends that could replace her. So I guess he has the type, but she caught on to him.
Why doesn't he just fucking pay like a prostitute
Yeah,
to do this
prostitute.
shit for him?
His type is willing.
Yeah.
He's like, how do I put this? Corey don't like you the way you wipey.
Yeah, I got a message from Corey, and he is not happy.
I think part of the kink is that
hotter friends.
He said you almost threw up.
Yeah. I think part of the kink is that he wants
Corey
these girls
said
to
you
do it
didn't
against
really
their
seem
will.
like you were enjoying it.
Now, I'm the only one that can understand Corey, so you're going to have to take my word for it.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Will?
They should probably get this guy off the streets because it seems like
Yes.
like
Will.
his part of his kink is that he's liking that they're doing it against their will because he could just
Yeah,
pay
it's
a
dangerous.
prostitute to do this stuff.
It's
Like
dangerous. That's
he
my
doesn't
point. He could
like
have paid a prostitute,
yeah he could easily pay a prostitute to role
It's
play
the
this
same
stuff
price
for
for
him.
a healthcare worker to come over and clean your
Instead,
house as a prostitute.
he's like getting a
Yeah.
girl who doesn't want to do this to
No,
do this.
part
to
of-
him.
Yeah, but
Part
he's
of the
got a
getting
$50
off is-
copay though.
Yeah, right. Billing it to insurance is a pretty sick perk, dude.
Yeah.
Well, a large portion of the getting off is the actual fact that the woman is caring for him and thinks he's an infant. That's a
Right.
lot. If it's a prostitute, she's not going to be a great as actress as the healthcare worker who's like, Corey, how
Yeah,
was
they need
your
to get this-
day?
No
You
more
want to do what
probation.
now? You want to do what now? You fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick
The prostitute's like, nah,
Yeah.
it's an extra
Yeah.
$1,000. Rutledge
She's
was.
smoking. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, not very motherly.
Rutledge
Nowhere
probably
near
tried
as
that.
I had an
to
aunt
be
who was a
fair.
healthcare worker. I got this. Rutledge was booked into the Jefferson Parish Correctional Center again this week on one charge of human trafficking and attempted human trafficking. Police also charged him with 4 counts of probation violation, and there's a hotline detectives have out there for other potential victims of Rutledge to call because they are now realizing that this guy didn't skip a beat from 2019. He's been tricking people to change his diapers as often as possible. How long do you think, by the way, Rutledge stews in his own shit on average when he gets these women over, or do you think it's like he waits till they get there and then he goes, uh-oh?
I was wondering, yeah, if they're late and he's just like he already
Yeah.
shot himself. Yeah.
Exactly. He just sits in it for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think he's working himself up when they're on the way. So I mean
His
he's
diet the night
he's
before
aroused.
is a mess.
He's filling the diaper. He's doing everything he can to
Yeah.
get ready for the session.
We got to keep an eye
He's-
to see if he bonds out because I know we talk sometimes about trying to get guests on this show, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But
I'd cut off a finger to get him on the show.
I would do it.
$500.
That'd be-
We should pay
I would
$500.
pay.
to
I would.
get
I
him.
would. I would
Pay
pay
a grand,
$1,000.
bro.
Yeah.
I'd pay $1,000 to see his routine, like a fly on the wall, where he's playing Corey
Yeah.
and he craps
that-
himself when he's
yeah,
in
but that-
when he's in character.
Yeah.
I'd pay
You gotta-
$1,000. I'd pay $1,000 to see him in character with a healthcare worker.
100%.
We don't want to. That's true, but that could be. You could get in
Yeah.
on the next charge with that.
I'd pay
That's true.
$250 just to see the accessories. I just want to see every accessory that you use in your
I'd like to
scam.
just ask him about it. Yeah.
I imagine he acts a lot like Stewie from Mad TV. Like, I crap my pants, look what I did. He
Sour
puts-
shoes. Yeah.
He puts on a performance from start to finish the entire time the healthcare worker's there. It's impressive.
Oh
Like,
man.
has trouble opening the door.
But yeah, here you go. Yeah, exactly.
So he can't
Remember
have-
this face for next time because we'll get him.
This is the start of it.
As
Oh, yeah,
part of
I
the
mean,
plea
you
agreement
get-
last December, though, he can't have social media.
He's
so,
got all those scrapes on his
Oh,
face.
yeah.
And he's got the soul patch. You can't forget Rutledge. You got.
We're gonna have to reach out to him. We have friends in Louisiana.
we're gonna have to send someone to Jefferson
Metairie.
Parish Jail.
Yeah,
He's in
Yeah.
Metairie.
he lives in Metairie.
Cody
Yeah,
Wells,
we
if
know
you're
some
listening,
people in Metairie.
You know what? You know what would be
I know
potentially-
Houston's far.
You know what would be potentially just as good is one of the healthcare workers that cleaned him. That's a good sport. As a guest, like
Yeah,
like if we got like a woman who wasn't traumatized, that was
Anybody
like, yeah.
related to Rutledge? Yeah, I
Right.
mean, like, well,
should we put out like a class action lawsuit statement? Like, have you been affected
Yes,
by?
that's what they did. That's what the detectives did. They like put out a hotline. They're like, if you've been
Have you had to
Rutledged
change a psycho's diaper who had a
in
giant heart on?
Louisiana, yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
They
there has to
think
be.
They think there's like hundreds of women that haven't come forward.
40% of our listeners are attorneys or are in law school. So if you're out there and you are in Louisiana and you don't mind going and paying a visit, acting as an attorney, you could do this, and making contact with Rutledge on behalf of Hard Factor, you contact us.
That'd be great. How do you think they're going to treat this guy in jail?
I mean, probably
He's going to be in the loony bin, right? I mean, this is a loony thing to
He's
do.
in jail right now. There's no loony bin in jail.
He's smart. He's smart and vindictive. He's not Corey's his loony bin character, but he's not.
Some people probably think it's hilarious.
I mean, to do this, you got to be kind of loony.
Well, he's
I'm not
he's
saying
an alcoholic
he's not,
too.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's normal, but I think this is just what he likes.
How do you know that, Pat? Just by all the cuts on his face?
I'm looking at the from the December plea, and then that's his plea deal in December. He had to go to
I'm an
AA.
alcoholic. Okay.
See a counselor and no
You
social
think he
media.
told the healthcare workers? He's like, I sometimes I get into the adult
Daddy
alcohol.
juice.
Daddy juice. Yeah, he's like drunk when they show up, but he's got to explain it. Oh, all right, that's it.
Nice. A great way to close out the year on Rutledge D's. Did Bird Dogs do it again, or did Bird Dogs do it again? Is this episode brought to you by Bird Dogs?
Yes.
You're damn right it is. It's another Friday. That means I've been wearing Bird Dogs for another week straight. Me personally, love the joggers. My favorite pants I've ever put on, period. What they are is it's basically like a tracksuit pant, except with like a sweat pant bottom. Just one of the most classy pants you could possibly put on. Bird Dogs also has the khakis. I think or they call them khakis? They just call them pants.
No, they call them khakis, and they have different shades. They have the dark. They have even goes to gray and even green, but they're under the khaki umbrella.
Very classy, very classy. Still, my personal favorite is the joggers. And of course, they have the shorts with the built-in liners. The joggers and the pants, the liners is optional in Bird Dogs. You don't have to get them, but you can if you don't like to wear underwear.
I will say this might be way too much TMI, but it's the end of the year and we're sharing. I have the pants, multiple pairs with the liners, and I have the shorts, which come with the liners, no option. And I have 0 skid marks in about 100 uses. Just saying.
Look at
tracking that, huh? You got a spreadsheet?
Well, I just look at them, and there's no skid marks.
Well, Mark, I think it's because they use the best fabrics known to man.
I think that's why.
Bird
That's what
Dogs,
I'm getting at.
what they did is they stole Lululemon's designer, and now they're just doing it better. That's why Mark is staying clean down there. If you're not wearing Bird Dogs this year, next year, especially next year, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're doing something wrong. Every dude needs a pair of Bird Dogs. Did Bird Dogs do it again, or did Bird Dogs do it again? I told you at the top of the ad. They definitely did. Go to birddogs.com, enter promo code FACTOR, and they'll throw in a free Bird Dogs whistle ball. Boom. You remember those Nerf Vortex Howler footballs that whistle when you throw them? Yeah, it's that. But with Bird Dogs, they threw their logo on it. It's genius. That's birddogs.com, promo code FACTOR, and boom, a free Bird Dogs whistle ball with your pair of Bird Dogs. You will not take these things off. I promise you. That's serious. These are fantastic pants.
You get 3 pairs of those shorts, you can get rid of 90% of your underwear.
Mm-hmm. Just make it. Just become a Bird Dogs below the waist guy, and things will get better. All right, time to end the year, fellas, with our last set of voicemails and 5-star reviews. Please remember, everybody, to smash that 5-star button on Spotify for the Hard Factor podcast if you haven't already. You can't leave a text review there yet, but once you can, we'll read them on here, hopefully one day. But here are the 5-star reviews from Apple Podcasts with text that we will read every Friday on the show, no matter what they say. Today's are nice, but you could be mean if you want to. So submit them, please. 5 stars.
No racist shit.
Right.
Wes
We'll skip over that. But
Wes won't let me read
you can
anything
insult
like
us.
that. Don't worry. He'll catch me.
I've already looked at them today.
Well, you can see them. They're good. 5 stars. First one from Jacoby. He says, HAGFD, great title. Love the show. Have told multiple friends and family members about it. Look forward to turning on the new episode every day on the way to work. Thank you, Jacoby. What a review.
One.
We look forward to you turning on the new episode every day, Jacoby. That's what we look forward to.
That's right.
We like to turn you on, Jacoby.
That's right. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for, Jacoby.
Shit a diaper while you're cleaning us up.
No, I'm Corey. You talk to Steve.
You found the lady on the care.com app.
Yeah. I won't be there every time you show up, but Corey will be there. Soiled.
Also, Corey just texted me he's hungry. Can you pick up some
Well,
McDonald's?
so the fake brother move that he pulled, that's
fake
an
brother was
underused.
so
It's
good.
an underused move.
Yeah.
It's smart.
It's Shakespearean, really.
Yeah. It's, I mean, for this, if you're like, yeah. Okay. All right. Joshy Kutch. They say, greatest accident ever. 5 stars. Went to click on another pod. Bad idea. Fat fingered this one. And it's been my daily source of news and knowing what's going on in the world ever since. Good idea.
Yes.
Been listening for about a month now. Don't think I'll stop. HAGFD. Nice. P.S. Can no longer listen to Money for Nothing without screaming, good morning. So
Hell yeah.
nice.
That's great.
Well,
We
I love the people that
cuck
accidentally
got
fuck.
him. We cucked that other pod.
Thank you. He literally cheated on the news with us. Joshy Kutch. Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
that's awesome.
Glad you're sticking around. Next one, 5 stars from Florida Porter. Says black belts of chopping it up. Quick as a whip, sharp as a tack. Best way to start the day. Pat is a creative and made a movie once. So
More
nice.
than once, right?
So look at that, Florida
And
Porter.
part of my character is I want you to know that because it makes me feel good when people say it back to me. So thank
well,
you.
he's putting it out there now. Florida
Chopping
Porter's
it
got that on the reviews for you. It's just,
I made
it's
5
fresh.
movies, by the way.
Right there at the
Five total feature-length films.
You
Thanks
better
for
tell him to update that
checking.
review then.
Yeah.
So
once.
Yeah.
next
I have a
one.
Wikipedia page.
Next one, 5 stars from I think great one. Only news you need is the title. Very true. Love these guys. That's the
Love you.
whole review.
No, we love,
Love you.
too.
Great
Thank
one.
you.
Nice one. And then last 5-star review this week, fellas, from Buck Fever 92. 5 stars. By the way, Buck Fever probably plays a lot of Big Buck Hunter. Nice.
Ooh.
I'm assuming because
Nice.
Buck Fever's like what
Great
they
game.
say when you hit a bunch of bucks. HAGFD,
You're right
another
as fuck.
great title. Love the pod, guys. Turning the show on is the first thing I do every morning when I get to my desk. Always recommended the show to my friends and show them clips from the Instagram. Thank God you got to 50,000 followers. Agree. Love you. Mean it. Roll Tide. Don't like the Roll Tide, but love everything.
Go
else.
That
Tigers.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Roll Tide. By the way, almost at 51. 50.8.
Oh, yeah, we
50.9,
smashed
but
past 50, but
50.9 right now.
Getting
basically.
50 was ridiculous. We were stuck at the edge, so we were edging for so long.
Yeah, 51.
Yeah. A watched
Not
account
looking back.
never boils over 50,000. But what happened on Facebook, dude, over the last couple
blowing
weeks?
up.
Jeez.
Follow us on Facebook.
Oh,
it's
that's
blowing
right.
up.
Facebook
We
and
went from,
TikToks.
like- Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. Facebook's like a 15K, right?
17
It's not
and a half.
that. I mean,
It's like
that's not.
17 and a half.
It's not that
And-
impressive,
Wow.
but the
But it was like
views on some of
4K.
those views are
It was
impressive.
on Facebook we have like 5 million views, 3 million views all in the
There's
past.
there's a
months.
couple
TikTok,
multi-million
yeah.
views, just like TikTok, which is going to be like over 40. It's growing really fast.
Hard
TikTok.
Factor's reach, which is a term, is large.
The hate
Growing.
on Facebook is the best too. If you want to see some funny hate comments about us,
Yeah.
get on Facebook.
Because it's
Actually-
randos. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
see
good
my,
point.
You see my comeback on that one guy, some guy.
On
told us-
Facebook? No, did not.
Yeah. So
You
some
said
guy,
that you weren't going to waste your time on Facebook, Mark. You said that.
No, some guy on Facebook, left us a comment, and it was about the Colorado. People were pissed about the Colorado trucker thing, which got 3 million views, and they're like, "You guys don't know what you're talking about. Fake news. It's all about the weather. It's not about." Blah. And the one guy wrote, "Like you guys are fucking idiots. Shut your mouth holes and get a real job." And I wrote back,
Okay.
well, between the podcasts and us regularly fucking your mother and sister, our dance card's pretty full, pal.
Nice.
Oh.
Did he get back to you on that one?
Yeah, he was like, "You're immature,h," and I knew it. I was like, "Okay."
Oh,
Well, so
he
I
took
won.
that
so
as
we
a
won.
win?
So we won. Yeah, no,
Wow.
we won. We won that one.
No,
we
you
won that
lost
one
that.
clearly. Can't get a
He-
real job. Don't have time for a real job between the podcast and fucking that guy's mom and sister.
Yeah, what we do there, Will, is that's called setting the floor of how low anyone in that conversation is going to go. And when you set the floor, you're the
Oh,
real
it's a-
winner.
We're
I
already
also-
in hell.
I
buddy.
also gave Carlos a good one. Carlos apparently on the Discord, Carlos has a friend from high school, an acquaintance from high school who just refriended a lot of his group of friends just to tell them that he always hated them. And he has a new girlfriend who's now in the text thread or the thread as well. And he wanted her to see how he hated them just so she could see that they're pieces of shit. So he asked for advice in the Discord. And I was like, well, you should tell him, I don't know why. I know why I'm here on this thing. He always hated me. I don't know why you guys are here. Did we all fuck his mom?
Mm-hmm. Love that. Clever. Or
Got him.
you get that address, you save up a shit, and you go full Corey on his car.
Yeah.
When a man walks out of his house
in a diaper
and sees a human adult shit on the hood of his car, it will mind fuck him for 2.5 years. Seeing human feces on your car, you won't know, but you'll know.
Or if you get his mom
That's
or sister
gross.
who's a healthcare worker to come change you and act like a Corey. And get
Man, that's
that
like
on
a
video.
Korean horror film.
Ooh.
All right. Let's move
got
on to the voicemails. We got 5 today,
Hey, your
fellas.
mom changed me, pal. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Your
You
mom
want-
changed me.
Why don't you watch this video? What's my mom doing there?
She's changing me.
Yeah, your mom changed me. How do you like that?
That's how you get them.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Get his mom to change. Help Corey. Oh.
Is that your mom? Yeah, look
Oh
at her.
no, I'm front hard.
All right, voicemails. Last ones of the year. First up is from Joey in California. Kind of a long one. Longest one. Don't worry, Pat. This is the longest one.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes.
Hey boys, Joey from rainy California right now. Just was listening to today's show, and I heard you guys were talking about that Swedish company that invented that little brain pill thing that some people are going to get implanted, I guess, for their vaccine for it, and that's just fucking mind blowing to me. But what that brought to my mind was I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the show Black Mirror.
Never heard of it.
There was an episode on there where literally these people have one of those brain things implanted in their brain, and they can relive past memories and go back and look at them, or and rewind and see, things that have happened in their life. And I don't know. I just thought, what if we could use it for that purpose instead of a vaccine passport or whatever this thing is saying?
Fair point.
What would you guys go back and relive or review or whatever in your lives? I'd be interested in hearing what you guys have to say about that one. So, and if you guys haven't checked out the show Black Mirror, go check it out. It's fucking awesome. But anyways, that's it for me, boys. You guys have a good one. Have a great fucking day and have a Merry fucking Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Joey called back in. He did get everything in there that he needed to. He said that Pat, your moment you choose can't be to go back and watch Cuties again for the first time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that because that's not what I'm into sexually, but you're onto the right path, and I've been doing the analog version of this without a chip for 20 years, and that's blowjobs. What are you, crazy? Just
Yeah, I
thinking
was
about
thinking, like-
every
I was
blowjob
thinking
I've ever had.
first time you ever
Running
saw.
through all, I'm not going to say how many, 9 of them, and then cycling back through again.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a
Sometimes I
great
like to
call.
mix them up.
That's a great,
I like the
great
blowjob
call.
pick.
Also,
Shuffle 'em by year.
We've all seen Black Mirror. It's a great show.
Yeah, it was a joke. Yeah, everybody's heard of Black Mirror.
We've all seen
But yeah.
Black Mirror. We're not like living under a rock. It's a great show.
But also, one thing before you guys say which ones you want to rewind to, the chip it doesn't go in your, like, it's just in your skin, this chip. So, Joey, don't worry about this chip so much.
But that
It's
Neuralink
not-
could do what he's talking about.
Right. The Neuralink could do what you're talking about. This Swedish chip is not about the COVID passport. This is just, that's just a RFID NFC chip. It's just,
I mean, sorry, France. So maybe the first time I jerked off. I mean, what do you want?
You jerk off to the first time you ever jerked off?
No, I just would rewind and be like, that was cool. Just like big moments. That's a big moment.
big moments. Yeah.
Look at me go.
I don't know how many moments.
It's so meta, Mark.
Look at little Mark.
It's so meta.
Look, he's gonna be so happy after 5 minutes when he figures it out.
Proud of you.
5 minutes, you're giving yourself a lot of runway there, bud.
First time, you're like checking to see if her parents are around. You're like, that's not exactly a sweet science.
See
your
the
first
time again.
Yeah.
Not a lot to figure out either.
Yeah. I don't know.
What about you, Wes?
First time you scored a goal or something like that.
Are we reliving this moment or just seeing it?
I think you get. I think you can.
You feel it.
Both,
That's why I was saying the jerk off.
I would go back to the time my parents left me with all the Thanksgiving leftovers and all the weed, and they left the house for the weekend, and it was just me.
That's a great
by
time.
myself. Yeah,
That's.
I jerked off a lot then too. You know.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
That's the whole day.
You guys are
would
going
say
back
you
to
relive
watch
that day.
yourselves jerk off
No,
again?
I'm not doing that. That was a
you
joke
feel it.
on
You
Mark.
feel it, Pat. You're actually experiencing it. Right?
I'm just
You could also go feel someone else jerking you off.
relaxing.
Well, that's why I said sex too. Your first time you had sex.
That's what I'm
would be
saying.
good.
So my two are. It's a lot of what you guys were hitting around, but it would be like a specific couple of games, like from back in the day, like
scoring.
good fun games that were fun to play and plus fun parties afterwards, and then also honeymoon in Jamaica. Jamaica was awesome.
There you go.
Jamaica.
Yeah. There you go.
That's me.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
I know.
Mark's going back to watching himself jerk off.
I'm
Hey,
proud
guys,
of myself.
If we ever get
I
lost
figured it out. Look
in a
at
third
him. Look at him.
dimension
He
and
just
can't
figured
find
it out.
Mark,
Look at him. Look at that guy's face.
We'll
He
know
just
where to
figured it
go,
out.
Pat. Yeah.
wait,
we'll know where to go.
what year is it? We have to get to Sadler's Wells Drive.
Drop me off. I'm about to discover MILF Hunter on Kazan.
All right. Next one.
What's up, boys? It's Evan from Seattle. I got to talk to you about these fucking HEIC files. These things are the bane of my existence. I work in roofing. I'm a roof inspector, so I take a lot of photos. I got like 20,000 photos on my phone, and I'm expected to upload all of my inspection photos and save them to our company hard drive. Now, I have so many photos on my phone that every time I plug my phone into my PC, it basically crashes the media player and I can't download anything.
Yeah.
So the only workaround that I've been able to come up with is uploading everything to Google Images and then downloading that file onto my computer.
Oh, that's terrible.
And what do you know? When you download Google Images, they show up as HEIC files.
No.
This has been the biggest bitch in my last couple of years of my career.
How come Apple?
Hope you guys have a workaround. If you do, share it with me. Love y'all.
How
Peace.
come they haven't patched this?
So I have the workaround.
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy, but I wish. Yeah, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you just got to change the setting in the camera.
Yeah,
But
you turn off live, right?
You take off high energy. It's like high energy, high efficiency option. You turn that
Yeah,
on.
and also like the
Does that mean
live
your
photos,
your
right?
pictures are shittier though.
I mean, they're less
No, they
efficient.
take up more room.
Yeah, but
They're actually better.
what you can do if you can't do that is get Photoshop and build the batch convert script, which is super easy to do. No batch convert.
Yeah, the last one sounded
Media
nerdy.
encoder.
That last one sounded really nerdy. I don't know how many people have Photoshop and can do the batch.
Media
thing, but
encoder is a good
everyone can go into
converter.
their settings and change it.
a
on
good
the phone.
converter program, but
Yeah,
he's
media
having trouble even
converters.
getting it onto his computer. That's
You
difficult.
can probably do it in this preview.
Yeah, you can absolutely do it in preview, but then you have to export each one.
Right,
You open, export as JPEG. Open, export as JPEG.
HEICs are it's bad.
Just do what Pat told you to do. Take off the high efficiency.
Yeah, that'll do it. Then it'll save it.
But
as a
that's not going
different
to
file.
stop. Not everyone's going to do that. And then fucking jerk offs are still going to shoot them in your text thread. You're going to say, I like that photo. I may want to, print that out on a
Well, but
shirt.
text
Somebody
thread
download
text
it.
thread is easy though because once you copy it from there, it's already JPEG format. So
Tell you what, this wouldn't be a problem back in
Screenshot it too.
1998 when I first started jerking off. There was no HEIC.
We got to find Mark. What time is it? Is it 2:10? He's out of school.
Wait a minute.
Mark gets in the DeLorean.
Yeah.
October 1st.
1998.
Mark's got it pinpointed.
I know where I want to go.
Got the date right here.
What are you
Look at
saying? What are
him.
you saving someone's life? No.
Look at him go.
Watch the smile on a young teen's.
Wow. the good times he has had.
This is gonna be the first of many, bud.
All right, here we go. Next voicemail.
Hey, how's it going? Tuesday 28th, listening to the episode, and I'm stuck on this, Russian spy kind of deal. What I gotta get at is, one, how can you get honeypotted by a fake CrossFit competition if you're in a wheelchair? I mean, it's gotta be pretty easy to trick that guy into some other stuff. But the question for you guys would be, what would be your ultimate honeypot to catch you off guard?
Yeah, that's it. Short and sweet. I know you like that one, Pat.
I love it. So the question is like, how could someone get you? Like, what do you do that you would just be a sucker for to fall right into?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pat.
Yep.
I feel like you could get me. Oh man, like
I know mine. I bet that.
Potentially, like not washing my hands every time I take a piss. You could honeypot me pretty hard there.
Oh, like if they expose you, like blackmail.
Yeah, isn't that what he's talking about?
No,
that's a blackmail.
I've got
this
one.
Is more of like they
one.
entice you and they lure you.
Inviting me to be a judge at a nachos competition. I'm done.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Right, exactly.
Nachos competition, making me like a VIP and rolling out the red carpet for me at a everyone's made their own nachos that you got to try. I would be off guard.
Yeah,
exactly. And this is Pat, because this is a
nachos. Is that white
Madison
queso?
Cawthorn's potentially Russian spy wife, where he got introduced to her a fake CrossFit thing because they said only do the pull-ups because
Pat. We'll come back to Pat. I got nachos competition. Well, what do you have?
Yeah, so I was thinking like if anybody did something like where they created a fake event or something where you could like smoke your way, smoke enough weed to buy a Cybertruck, like something like that. And then they'd
hold your hand on the
chick.
truck. Hold one hand on the truck while smoking a joint the whole time.
And they're like, there's this hot chick she's your handler for this event, and then I'd be honeypotted.
Yep.
I'd be done.
And that sucks too because weed makes you paranoid, right?
They'd
So like when
have
you're involving psychedelic drugs in a honeypotting, that's like a double mind fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it zero mind fucks. It's a negative, like double negatives, a positive. Yeah.
Yeah, that had me hook, line, and sinker. In there.
Multiply 1 by 0.
You get 0. Wes, you're up.
I mean, any good stripper can honeypot me.
Strip club.
Yeah.
Strip club.
Any good stripper.
Plain and simple. Straight up.
Good answer.
Good.
Great answer. That's the number one answer in Family Feud.
Number one answer.
Pat, what do you got?
I'd say you could string me along pretty far by dangling investment dollars in front of me.
Yeah, you're a weird crypto guy.
coin.
Yeah. You're a business guy.
Or like, yeah, hey, this guy wants to
thing.
invest in this movie. I'm sure I've been honeypotted before. I've been involved in enough things.
Well, you're not rich, are you? So.
That I was around for too long that turned into nothing. That I was like, that had to be something.
Had to be something. They call it a honeypot.
Let's put a year into that.
We've all gotten honeypotted in altcoins.
Oh yeah.
Straight up. So
of course, everybody has.
But good question.
Yeah, nice. Next one.
Boys, calling from California.
We know.
Happy New Year. Hopefully you guys had a great fucking Christmas. But so I've decided, new year, new me. So I'm going to make a New Year's resolution. I was watching Yellowstone, and then come to find out they're paying these guys $80,000 to $100,000 a year to jerk off animals for a living. So, if anyone needs my services, just pay me, and I'll jerk your animal off for you. I think it's the new goal. Talk to you guys later.
How much? You didn't set it. You didn't give a price though.
So, but if you do want to find
cheaper,
Colin, you're going to want to go and DM at Hard Factor News on Instagram with what you're willing to pay.
I think
a photo of your animal.
We're getting a commission off this.
Yeah.
One of the greatest comedic characters we came up with.
Hi, I'm Colin from California.
Yeah, audition.
I sound a lot like Wes.
An incredible comedic character we came up with is a guy who's like extremely rich. That like when Harambe died, like he's like on an island on like a nice vacation, like maybe the Amalfi Coast, and he gets a call, and he's got to hop on a jet to get the last load out of like a super
endangered species,
like an endangered species animal. So he knows how to jerk off like a dead gorilla.
He's got the smoothest touch,
and he's like he has to tell his like super hot 20-year-old like girlfriend. He's like in his 40s. He's like I gotta go, and he brings his like metallic suitcase. Like like he's got the tools.
How long has he been dead?
Yeah.
Every day. Send the jet.
He's the only thing
It's one of my
standing
favorite characters.
in between that species and extinction.
He's the only
forever.
guy on Earth. He's like Rambo.
Yeah, except for loads.
Yeah, for
Or
loads.
dead loads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great character. Colin, I mean, I guess New Year's resolution, he's trying to be that guy, basically.
That's not a bad job. He makes 6 figures jerking off a bull. Who cares? Good
I
for
thought
you.
Colin was going to say that he took a job, and I was just excited to follow him on TikTok for it, honestly.
Jerking off.
Those would be
Look.
some electric. It'd be niche, but there'd be some electric TikToks.
I would watch if he should put like emojis over the dick, like cover up and then make.
Or you could turn it into gambling, bring like a measuring cup, and then have people wager on what they think it's going to be. Basically.
Content, also time. You could do time bets.
I was gonna wait, but this jerking off of bulls is a good time for a bonus cannoli.
Oh wow!
Bonus
cannoli.
Bonus cannoli.
Holy
That's a
mackerel.
wide boy.
Where'd you get that cannoli from?
That was like a Choco Taco.
HEB baby.
Look at that cannoli.
Got
My
the
goodness.
tracksuit on the cannoli.
Bonus cannoli. Perfect timing. All right, we'll do the last voicemail while you eat that cannoli, Mark. It looks great.
What's up, Hard Factor boys? This is Kel from Austin here. I'm calling in today to tell you that I just joined the Patreon after having listened to every single episode you put out since the beginning. And I got to be honest, I'm deeply ashamed about it. So I did join the first tier, but after wallowing in my shame, I upgraded to the Pop the Clutch tier.
Hell yes.
Have a great fucking day.
Stop talking about Cal.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Everybody be like Cal. That's a great move right there. And what he realized, I guarantee you, is once he got into the Florida Man Friday tier, he was like, holy shit, look at all these podcasts I can listen to back to back because they're not even like time sensitive. They're just hilarious. And then he's like, I could double that up if I pop the clutch, which he did with the Hive Hour. Doubled it up.
Man, I got to tell you, I love because like you get some feedback from time to time in terms of like, oh, how many people downloaded this episode, or like how many views do we have on that video? But you forget and you get disconnected from a guy like Cal who's been listening since day one. I love hearing that. It makes me so happy.
Cal probably knew who Rutledge was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Cal.
Diaper guy.
For sure.
We appreciate you guys, day oneers. You day oneers. This is our first year of being indies, and
That's right.
And we did it, man. That was a scary time, but we did it. Thank you guys.
What a year.
We grew big thanks to you guys. A lot
Grew
of
on
people
every
were talking
single
about how they tell
social
their
media
friends,
platform,
They tell their friends, they tell their coworkers, and that's literally how we grow. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. We were like the front of Corey with the nurse over.
Wes and I were driving to Ike's last December, and we're like, we're gonna be okay, right? We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, I mean, we waited here, right? So it's like, I'd say like,
It was a really good year. Yeah.
If you pulled all the hosts plus the entire audience in the Hardo Hive, like in last year at late December 2020, I wonder what will they make it to December 2021? I wonder what the poll results were.
Chad 1234 that comments on Barstool Radio all the time did not think we were gonna make it.
Oh no, there's a really pretty
Chad
supportive,
345
encouraging base of people out there that definitely would have said nice things about us making it.
For sure,
We
right?
thrived.
But also the opposite. So it would have been interesting to see, but we made it nonetheless. And thank you for coming along with us. As Pat said, as Wes said, as Mark said, couldn't do this without you. Stay tuned for the Dutch Hammers the night before Dankmas. After we hang up this little chat, this little podcast, and he's going to soothe you into your New Year's weekend with that little tale. It's like a Christmas carol, but also a poem.
Right.
It's very artistic.
I want to get high first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
legalize
get
it.
high.
Legalize it. Also, let's spin the wheel real quick, fellas. So we're not doing dice today. We're doing the wheel at the suggestion of many, because the wheel doesn't have 6 sides. It has 4. So first, who is doing the cup of coffee in the big time? First one, 2022.
Well,
Let's
remember,
find
I'm kicking off 2022 with a wedding, so.
I also want to say that if
Wes.
it lands on me, I'll be formally resigning.
Wes is out.
Oh, look how fast you got Wes out of there.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Starting on Pat. So
Worst
hopefully it
odds for
doesn't
Pat.
land on
Worst
him.
odds for Pat.
That's
on
Pat. That's Pat.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
Clapping.
congratulations.
See
Are
you
you
at the
resigning,
reunion
Pat?
show.
Or are you gonna?
Holy shit! All right, spin the next one. For
I gotta go
TikTok.
into my New Year's with them.
Next one,
Start
TikTok
running now.
International Moment will be.
That's
gonna be a will.
That's gonna be a will.
That's gonna be a will.
There you go.
Hey, look at that! All right,
I like the guy. I like the background guy. Woo!
The cheering, was
guy.
great.
Nice. All right, yeah. So that's the wheel. It replaces the dice. Pat,
Be
how you
safe,
feel?
everybody.
How you feel about the wheel, Pat?
How do I feel about the wheel?
Do you think the dice were in the wheel are rigged? No, it's unlucky.
No, I'm sure it's a
I
very
thought that too.
sound random number generator.
I know.
How's
I
that
feel.
thing?
I thought the dice were rigged.
And that's gonna do it for Hard Factor this year.
We love
Thank
guys.
you
Be safe.
so
Have fun.
much
Have
for
tons
listening
of fun. But be
and
safe.
supporting the podcast. Next time we talk to you, it's going to be 2022, and we're all going to be crushing our New Year's resolutions like champions for sure. Whatever you're doing to celebrate New Year's this year, hope you have fun and be safe out there. Enjoy the night before Dankmas just after this, but most importantly,
well, right before we sign off, sorry.
What's that?
I got to share this. This is it sounds weird, but this is the most hilarious audio of a guy having an orgasm of all time.
Yes. Yes. Dude.
Oh, nice.
Yes. He's the roadhead.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Oh.
What a drama queen.
Now that guy would go back to that moment if he could rewind time.
That's probably what got Corey busted.
Yes. Yes, that's what got Corey busted. Those noises.
Yeah, no, he seemed like he was totally disabled, but orgasm's normal.
He started barking really specific commands. 1 finger, 2, 2, 1, back to 1, 2.
That when I found that was like a year and a half ago, it ruined my jerk off session. I had to stop what I was doing and screen record it, and then crop everything out just so I had that video. And I'm glad I did.
It's one of the best orgasms.
It was a perfect way to ring out 2021.
Have you ever been that happy? I'm just saying.
No,
probably so.
No,
I mean that
guy's winning.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a momentary happiness, maybe potentially. Who knows? I don't know the man.
relative.
But most importantly, get out there and have a great fucking day.
Hello, Hard Factor friends and the fellow hive-minded. This is your boy Dutch Hammer. In the spirit of holiday parodies, I packed a bowl of 420, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and A Christmas Carol. And this is what rolled out on the back nine. 'Twas the night before Dankmas. 'Twas the night before Dankmas, and all through the Hard Factor treehouse, not a bong was a-bubbling, 'cause we all passed out. All harvested bud has been hung in the drying tent with care. The odor of curing cannabis fills the air. The oven in the kitchen has edibles baking. I'm in deep slumber, a dream state, no fear of waking. From the basement I smelled the odor of burning shatter. I sprang from the couch to see if I could roll one fatter. My feet hit the floor like that son of a bitch flash. I grabbed my lighter and a backwoods full of hash. As I flick the bick in the dark room below, I see the glow of a lion in the smoke as it rose. It said, "You have grown the finest dank in all of Vandyland this year. Therefore I will grant you one wish before I disappear." My wish was for every politician to get off their ass and vote for the federal legalization bills to pass. The lion said, "Your wish is granted, my glassy, bloodshot-eyed friend. Even the Pope will blaze trees by year's end." Then he was gone with a bang, green fire, then out went the flame. I went back to bed thinking, what could it mean? This whacked out, funky, psychedelic dream. As I dozed off, I could hear a voice in my ear. "Have a smoky dankmas and a trippin' New Year." Remember, all hippies love hugs. Happy holidays and all that shit.
Patreon.com/hardfactor.